So the inventory disappearing bug has apparently returned with force, as indicated right here. We have a bunch of posts out on the Reddit showcasing how 20 hours of in-game gear, for example, were gone. And then we have several other posts. We're going to get into all of this in just a moment, plus official replies from People Can Fly and Square Enix about what they are doing right now to fix this problem, and also official news from the Outriders team as seen right here. So yeah, let's dive into what is going on. Hey everyone, what's happening? Open World Games here. Hope you're doing good, and let's see what's happening. Yeah, so this is not good right here at all. I'm seeing a bunch of new posts about this over the past 24 hours. AWOL CZ highlights and collects a lot of these posts right here. Dozens of reports suddenly popping up of inventory disappearing for Outriders. And this one right here, it says 20 hours of in-game gear gone. So after 20 hours of so in-game gear collected, I have been hit with the worst bug this game currently has, and it's getting worse by the day. I'm not even angry at this point, just disappointed that I just spent the last 5 days powering through the server issues and everything else making my Devastator great, and now it's all gone. Joining random teams for expeditions. Joined one with awful connection like every single one has. P2P servers just need to be discontinued in this day and age. And I left in the end as it was that bad. Went back to the title screen and my character is now naked and all my stuff is gone. Restarted the console. Hung about a bit in various locations hoping it would magically reappear, but no. Dice. Sad face. So we're going to talk about what Square Enix is doing right now and People Can Fly. So let's get into that. Going forward. But yeah, tons and tons of reports right here. Gear deleted while trying to load into a random expedition. And it seems like a lot of people are in expeditions with this happening. That's one thing. Anyone else experienced inventory randomly eating items? Got my first legendary only to see this happen right here. And I don't think he's in expeditions right now. But yeah, it just seems to be so random, as you could see. Half of my gear just glitched and disappeared. Hours and hours of expedition gone. Help, please. So a lot of people asking for help. So let's get into it. Outriders says this, that they are aware of multiplayer issues player may be experiencing. If you are experiencing long matchmaking wait times, turning crossplay off in the settings may help speed matchmaking up at this moment in time. Our team are continuing to work on improving the situation. So do that. Shut off crossplay in your settings, at least for now. I highly recommend being wary about joining, you know, other players' games, especially if they are on a different platform, mind you. If you're still trying to attempt to crossplay from, you know, platform to platform, that might actually be where the issue is stirring up these problems with the inventory. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. We'll see what they do about that. But yeah, mentioning the inventory bug issue, Atheon Undying says, anything on the issue of equipped items being deleted from our inventories? It happened to me and I've had no way to recover the legendaries and epics I've lost on my trickster. Oh my god, that would suck. Outrider says, yes, we're looking into what's feasible, but we plan to share details in the week's upcoming dev news update. So right now, what we do know is they're working on a patch and a dev blog, which will be releasing sometime this week. Once that drops, I have you guys covered. I will post that video up, so whatever you do, turn on notifications and stay tuned for that as well. Now, this is the question from Cody, who says, what's up with matchmaking for expeditions? I've been waiting for 15 minutes and nobody to join with. Does it not work, or is nobody matchmaking for expeditions? And Outriders did reply saying, could you try turning off crossplay and seeing if that speeds things up? So once again, that's going to be their workaround currently for that. Mitch goes on to say this, general lag issues being looked at too. Being in someone else's lobby is a bit tough with skipping and teleporting enemies. Outriders did reply, yes, we're investigating, rubber banding and lag issues. Could you confirm the region of the world you are in and your partners are in to help us zero in on this problem? So there you have some replies right there. We're not going to do story spoilers in any of my videos, by the way, just to let you know. Alright, so yeah, a lot of issues being looked at. I'm just curious about these patch notes. And also, you guys know previously I have mentioned that they need to address also the big gap between power and weapon damage. It's a big issue in my opinion because no one's really wanting to invest, in my opinion, to Anomaly or their powers in terms of the skill tree as much as they want to keep the power going with the weapons. So yeah, that's one of the things I think they also need to address in the upcoming patch. All right, let's get into some more replies here from the community. Now, I've been really enjoying Outriders, and also I thought the story was entertaining. I finished it only recently. So Giddy says this: everyone's saying the story sucks, meanwhile I feel like it's humanizing. I've never seen a game give so little crap, and I ended up actually liking the refreshing change of pace of everyone is a piece of crap and our character has no crap left to give. And also, why should he he's a Marvel character. It's dark, it's funny, it's tongue-in-cheek. I didn't expect a soap opera, so I'm good to go. Where the devs exceeded expectations, in my opinion, is the lore and overall world building. But the story is just some grumpy dude acting badass. You know what? I dig that. I do too. I really do like that as well. And I like some of the humor stuff. I think that, this is just my opinion, hear me out. I think it's better that they kind of identify this kind of in the realm of like a B movie, and they keep some of the cheesy humor in there, because there's some parts in the game that absolutely make me laugh, and those are some of my favorite parts. All right, let's see here. Dyron says this game has the most useless amount of loading screens and cinematics for the most small crap. Opening a door? Better go to the black screen to show him opening the door. Black screen again, and to get back to your guy, excuse me, killed a bounty and need to execute. Black screen, then you see your guy walk up and pull the trigger to get you to yet another black screen to get you back in control. Jump a gap, loading screen. You get the point. You get the point. A lot of you guys do not like these loading screens and jumping around through these weird transitions. And you know, people can fly in Square Enix. They are aware of this. They've talked about actually addressing this issue in the future. It's probably one of the lesser of concerns on the list of problems they currently face right now with the game. The biggest issue is, of course, this inventory bug wipe that they have in the game, and it is a definite problem that they need to look into. All right, let's keep going. So let's talk about loadouts. We've got an interesting thread here that further dives into the concerns about having no loadouts. OmniBlock says this: real talk loadouts. I can't get how anyone can play this game for any set of time doing in-game and not think they are important. Solo build versus party build, plus many other specs, will add continuous playability. I really hope this is a feature they implement sooner rather than later, after major bugs are out of the way. When I started seeing party-oriented mods, all I can think is I'm not in a party all the time. Now I have to maintain 2 pieces of gear in my inventory space and arduously swap between them if my friend happens to join me. Loadouts will be nice to practice and experiment with different types of sets and gear, and also would drive players to play more as they flesh out those different sets of gear. Given that you can't lock gear, it takes a lot of time to manually make sure that you're not accidentally deleting anything that you shouldn't be. Some sort of secure loadout system would prevent this. It could be as simple as gear in your loadout is locked. And you know what? I find it interesting that there are certain loadouts, it seems, in my opinion, certain builds that really cater towards facing off against a single boss versus managing a crowd. It would be cool to be able to, I don't know, perhaps switch a loadout on the fly during combat to maintain a crowd versus a boss. That's just a thought, but loadouts would be really, really cool to see in this game, and I agree. I think they are really necessary and one of the priorities they should be looking into after, of course, they fix the game. All right, so we have this interesting article about the game not being a live service. It says here, is Outriders really not a live service game? It's kind of shocking considering its success despite its problems. People Can Fly developer Outriders has long promised that the game would avoid the live service model and be a complete game at launch. The article says it does, you know, reestablish what the game actually is. So we'll get to the point. It says, despite being an online-only game, the developers of Outriders have been quite insistent that it is not a live service game. In an interview with VG247, lead narrative designer Seisman Barshin, sorry if I butchered the name, said, games are really expensive and we want players to have everything for the price at launch. I freaking love this. Those thus far, Outriders is sticking to that plan with none of the traditional hallmarks of a live service game anywhere in sight. For one thing, there is no roadmap planned to add more content to the game, a business model used by live service developers to keep a player base around for months or years after a game's launch. More importantly, Outriders has no microtransactions at all. All cosmetics and emotes can be earned in-game without spending additional money. Hell yes, I feel like they're doing it so right with this game in terms of having all the content in the game, taking their time. You know, they're out on Twitter constantly. They're on the Reddit. They're really about, you know, fixing the game right now, which they should be. And in my opinion, that's how it should be done. Of course, you guys know that they've had inspiration from Diablo, and I think they're going to take that inspiration even further into post-launch content. Of course, that's the big question. What about post-launch content? This new article asks that question. Will Outriders get additional content? And what we do know is that there has been no official announcements, but People Can Fly has left open the possibility for more Outriders content in the future if the game is successful. So yeah, from what I'm seeing, the game is absolutely immensely successful. It's just that you have some things standing in the way currently, like this right now, because that's the biggest problem. They have or are hoping to develop a system to re-establish people's gear, of course. So hopefully that does actually get made and work out in players' favor, and of course, you know, People Can Fly's favor, because I don't want to see this company suffer like, you know what, Cyberpunk 2077, like CD Projekt Red. That would really, really suck. Alright, so what we're going to do now is go over your top comments. Hell yes, remember to leave a comment down below. It could end up in a future video. Hey, Spider, what you doing? So let's do this, shall we? Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at what you guys had to say. The last video was double your legendary rewards right now. New legendary weapon farming tactic. Check out that video if you're interested in trying that out. Of course, I think that's going to be patched out of the game, or, you know, nerfed entirely. So you can check that out. It is considered like, I guess, a glitch. So I personally don't play that way. It's not how I play. I just enjoy the story and everything like that. But yeah, check it out. If that's your thing, go for it. It is a looter shooter. Alright, so X-Monkey Chill Step X says this. I love this channel so much. My first to check each morning, lunch break, midday, and at night. I appreciate that, man. Draxstalker says, just went on my lunch break and a new OW video just dropped. Perfect timing. Awesome. Perfect time for lunch. That's freaking awesome. Gary says, I've swapped to anomaly build on my Technomancer and it's crushing challenge tiers at the moment. Just got to build and play different. Currently working on upgrading gear for CT challenge tier 15. That's good to know. That is so good to know that there, you know, is a class out there and a build that can cater towards, you know, the anomaly type skill tree. I'm trying Online Trickster, but I think I'm going to rotate back over to the, you know, weapons. All right, Danny says now if they could just fix the hosting problems for when you're playing with friends. Now Smile also says, imagine a matter-based class where the skills revolve around breaking your enemies apart on the molecular, excuse me, I can't speak today, level. Every time enemies die, you just see them disappear, Thanos snap style, or melt into a gooey puddle. Man, that'd be cool. Eric says, I wish when you play with others and find yourself down, you could still crawl. Yeah, you know, I don't know why that's not a feature. That is such a shame. Yeah, that's another thing I would love to see as well. You know what? I'm going to jot that down because I might make a video with some thoughts on what I would also like to see in the game. But I have always thought that as well. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I want to comment one more comment here because I just noticed it. Jay says this, can they add a jump and crouch to the game? That'll be really good. Perhaps they could, you know, but this crouch, yeah, that would be actually really cool. They could kind of make it more subtle and contextual. They already have, they essentially kind of already have somewhat of a crouch with the cover system. And this isn't a stealth game, so I don't think it's going to be their priority. I really do not think they'll add it in, but could be potentially cool. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and support on the videos as well. Stay tuned for more. Also, let me know what you would like to see for coverage in the future. There is Mass Effect coming up, kind of eyeballing that one, and then some other games here in spring. And then I'm just waiting for the announcements. Another one that I might actually hop on is Battlefield 6. I actually used to cover that. We'll see. But thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.